So we are with you on the broker. On my balance, you now see a little more than $30. And it is from this amount we will start today to accelerate your deposit, opening trades on the minute time frame. All currency pairs have already been selected. The analysis has been done. The optimal percentages on currency pair payments have also been selected. And the optimal movement on all charts has also been chosen. Today we have a universal strategy. Using a trend indicator and an oscillator, we will have a moving average on the trend indicator. This moving average will have a period of 10, and it is a weighted moving average. The second trend indicator is a fractal, updating local points of highs and lows, and a CCI oscillator with a period of 15 to determine the oversold and overbought areas. A very simple, interesting strategy. I suggest starting, and as I trade, you will understand how to work with these indicators. Let's get started and pick up the first currency pair. Here we open a down trade, not a bad entry into the trade. We open in the direction of the actual trend. Let's highlight the working area and look at the underlying dynamics. We have a localized high point update. We understand that the dynamics are downward. In this area, we saw our average moving average crossing from top to bottom. This is our downside signal to open a trade in the direction of the trend. And my favorite way to start each day is by placing that little glow line in the graph. We also see the downward dynamics of our oscillator. So in this case, it's better to open a trade down here. There's a little bit more than 10 seconds left. Let's watch the result. And the first trade is easily closed in the plus. Let's change the amount of value, put the maximum. Now, we have considered the entry into a trade on the downside in the direction of the trend, that is, with the downward dynamics. We will definitely consider other trade entries, so watch the video to the end, and by the end of the video, you will be able to do the same. But we will continue and pick up the next currency pair. Here we're gonna open a down trade as well. We're gonna open again in the direction of the actual trend. We're gonna consolidate the result of the last trade, highlight the working area, and highlight the downward dynamics in the current reality. I'll share mine with you, Matt, next week. Let's mark the price, pull back, update the local point of the maximum on the fractal. Then we open in the direction of the trend. Here we saw the crossover again with our moving average. So we trade on the downside. CCI is still downward. Let's watch the result of this trade. A little more than 15 seconds left. And our second trade also closes in plus. We opened two trades on the same principle and fixed a good profit. Let's change the amount of value of the trade. Let's continue our trade and pick up the next currency. And here we will open on the upside in the direction of the actual trend now. Let's highlight the working area. We open now on the upside after updating the local, or rather global, price minimum. Vertil, Dr. Slow, Atlantis, New York, good morning. Ooh, I feel so fantastic today. You're newly shaven. The dynamics have actually become upward. Then we had a price pullback, and we had an update of the local minimum in the fractal. Then we open in the direction of the actual trend. Here we see a crossing of the sliding line from bottom to top. So when this happens, the trade should be opened on the upside. Let's watch the end of the trade and the next trade again easily closes in plus. We have considered the entry of the trade on the rise. Let's try to consolidate this result, open according to the principle, of course, and continue to pick up the next entry into the transaction. Here we open a trade on the upside, a relatively good entry point. We are guided here by two signals. We have a crossover from the bottom to the top of our moving average, and I want to see the crossover area. Overbought area on our oscillator. Since the crossing of the oversold area has occurred, the moving average should tend to go into the overbought area. That's why it's better to open a trade up rather than down. Let's look at the result. And we have another trade that closes on the plus side without any problems. Everything happened just like I said. Pullback, we opened here against the trend, pullback candle. Pullback occurred, the trade closed on the plus side. Everything is super, everything is great. I like everything. Let's continue our trading, consolidate our result, and pick up the next currency pair. And here we will open a down trade in the direction of the trend. We pay special attention to the oscillator. We can see how it's sliding crossed the overbought area. So we will wait for the crossing. Oversold area. At this point, after the price pullback, the local maximum on the fractal was updated. Respectively, we open a deal on the downside, and we see, in addition, we cross our moving average. Respectively, the deal is opened on the downside. Let's look at the result. And the trade also closes in plus. As you can see, trades are opened by the same principle, and they are easily closed in plus. It is enough to wait for the crossing of the moving average, and in general, to pay attention to the oscillator. Let's continue trading and pick up the following currency. I want to open down here. I'm paying attention to the trend here and the formation of a new local high. In fact, the trend is downward from this point. We've seen a pullback in price. We've seen a fractal update of the local high. And the trade opens ahead of the moving average. I'm going to expect a breakout of our average from this level. Moving average. Also on the dynamics, I want to see the crossing of the overbought area. Let's watch for the result. And the next trade, we also close in plus. Let's change the amount of value. Let's open two trades at $653 each. As you can see, everything happened as I said. Mastering this strategy, you will be able to do absolutely the same. Well, we'll continue trading and pick up the next currency pair. Look, a very interesting trade entry, different from the others. Here we add technical analysis to our trade. We highlight the working area and realize that we have broken through the resistance area. My formation of a new local maximum. Then the dynamics should go into correction. Here we saw a small crossing of the average moving average from top to bottom. Then again, the dynamics went up. We can also see it on our oscillator, but this emphasizes our down signal. I think there should be a pullback. Let's watch the result. One trade was closed at 0. We were a little bit out of the opening timing, but the second trade was closed in plus. Let's not take any more risks. Let's open on the trend and choose the next currency pair. We're going to open two trades here on the upside. We're opening here against the trend and realizing that we're going to have a very strong pullback. But the pullback should go even higher. We open here, according to the principle of our strategy, against the trend. We see the update of the local minimum, then the price goes into a pullback. In this area of crossing, we have an exit from the area in front of sell-offs, and our trades are easily closed in plus. As I said, the pullback should have a stronger character. This candle successfully showed it to us, and our trades are fixed in plus. To consolidate the result, we will open final trades for the amount of $3,000. Here we will open 3 trades on the downside. We will open in the price pullback, touching the resistance area. We have a good opening point. Updating of the price maximum. We opened a similar trade. One trade went to 0, but here we have a more obvious movement and a more obvious signal that the pullback should happen. And so this is like, it's completely shocking. And our final trades are closed in plus. I will finish my trading on this result. Let's choose a wallet. Our operation is successfully executed. Thank you all for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Good luck in trading. Bye.